Okay, today we're going to talk about two-way frequency tables and conditional probability questions. And so we are on page 7. And I wanted to make my own video for this just because I teach it a little bit differently than others do. But that's because I teach the shortcut. So we have, first I want to let you know what a two-way frequency table is. That is a representation of all the data from two different categories. So we will always be comparing two different things. And so in our first example, the two categories we're comparing, we are comparing whether or not students have been to Canada, yes or no, or whether or not they have been to Mexico, yes or no. So I have both of those two things, sets of data that I'm going to look forward to. And then conditional probability. So conditional probability is the probability of an event that we could call A, given that in another event, B has already occurred. And so conditional probability, when we have that, a certain condition needs to be met. So if you were to say, hey, Mom, can I use your car this weekend? She may say, sure, under the condition that you clean your room first. So a condition is something that needs to be met first or something that already needs to occur before the other event takes place. So let's hold on to that. But anywho, the way to read this table, I just want to point out a couple things. When we are talking about the grand total or the big total number of people that are being surveyed, that's always going to be in this bottom right-hand corner. There are 25 people that have been to Mexico that I surveyed to see if they have been to Mexico or Canada, yes or no. So the big total number of people here is 25. And then the way to read this also is I'm going to, so another way I just want to get you, so the information for people that have been to Mexico goes across. So the total number of people that have been to Mexico would be 9, but out of those 9, if I were to, like this 3 right here would be the number of people that have been to Mexico that have not been to Canada. Where those two things meet is going to be where that number comes from. All right, so just thinking about it again, like this number 5 right here represents how many people have been to Canada and have not been to Mexico. So that's the way to think about it. The total number of people that have not been to Canada would be 11 because there are 6 people that have been to Canada but have been to Mexico, and there are 5 people that have been to Canada and have not been to Mexico, but a total number of people that 6 plus 5 is 11. So our totals are all the way at the end. So that was just a review on how to read this table. Now we're going to answer the questions. How many students have not been to Mexico? So this, I'm just looking for one answer. How many students have not been to Mexico? Well, I see here's my have not been to Mexico column. And I'm going to go all the way across to the total column. 16 total kids have not been to Mexico. Now, there's 5 kids that have not been to Mexico but have been to Canada. And there's 11 kids that haven't been to either, but together there are 16 kids that have not been to Mexico. All right. How many students have been to Mexico and have not been to Canada? So both of those things need to be true. So how many students have been to Mexico? So here's have been to Mexico and have not been to Canada. Well, here's my have not been to Canada. And so the number that they intersect at would be 3. I can take a look and know that there are 3 kids that have been to Mexico, which is what I want, but not been to Canada. So I'm good there as well. All right. And so what is the probability of choosing a student who has been to Canada? I want to point out something. This is our first question so far today that has to do with probability. These other 2 questions, I was just asked how many. So my answer was just one number. Now I have probability. You know already, we've done a lot of practice, that my answer is going to be in the form of want over my total. All right. And so I want the total number of people that are being surveyed out of all the number of people that are being surveyed. Well, that's 25 people that are being surveyed. Of those 25 people, remember my want is people that have been to Canada. Well, there are 11 total people that have been to Canada. So 11 over 25. Make sure you watch the next video too.